Yo, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. Hey, how y'all doing? Hopefully everybody doing good. Hopefully everybody is being diligent and observing the world. Man, life is a beautiful thing, ain't it? Ain't this shit dope as hell? I'm fucking happy to be here. The way I feel about life, all of the bad shit that I've been through, which is probably not as bad as what some other people go through. Like, I've been through some shit, but I've always been able to persevere. And your response to things in life help define what it is that you're dealing with. Because if I went through something that was 10 times harder than what another man went through, but the little bit that another man went through had broken him so much so that he had to self-check out or do something drastic to someone else out of his emotions, out of his feelings, then that defines it. That was worse than my shit, because my shit wasn't able to break me. And that's what matters. Your response to things, how you react to the world, is a direct reflection of the value that you're going to get out of whatever lesson there is to be learned. And I've just been able to just persevere through a lot of the shit that I've had to go through, and still going through. You know, life is just crazy in general, man. There's always a fight, a struggle to try to merge who it is that you are into the life journey of other people. This shit is tricky with your kids, with your significant other, with your own parents, siblings, and all sort of shit. Trying to be who you are, and to either create or maintain a connection that you have with other people while you grow and while they grow is always a difficult thing, man. It's a ballet, man. It's and do the introspective thing about life in general. I know that while I'm doing that, the value that I find in doing that, I have to project that out onto everyone else, or else I know that I am in a direct contradiction in the value of my own life if I can't stay the fuck out of your way so that you can value yours, so that you can find value in yours. I gotta stay the fuck out of your way, man. The idea of the government control, the political control, all of the social engineering and all these things that go on. If you can just look at the power of music in and of itself and realize there's a great opportunity to influence the masses, the youth, who will then later on be the adults who have to vote or get involved with the political circus, who will become law enforcement, who will be the ones in control of whatever the fuck we leave behind for them. Come on, man, you got to take that seriously, of what kind of power that is. And then when you look at the music, the satanic influence in the music, the sexual perversions and shit all over the fucking music and shit, and in the personal lives and business happenings of all of these people, the celebrities, the record execs, all of their asses. If you look at all of this crazy shit that's going on inside of what you have to recognize as being a very powerful tool to influence the masses and the youth especially, you have to say whoever is doing that better be doing pure things, and they could be doing awesome things, because if quantum physics, meditation practices, and all of these other special things, real special things, were being influenced, were the main influences from the music onto the masses, what kind of people do you think we will be? If this is the kind of music that they say, this is the artist that gets signed. The artist that fucking sings and raps about fucking meditation, self-reflection. Huh? The Akashic Records. Shit like that. If it was in the music and it was the only time anybody can get signed is if they spoke like that, people will start trying to understand and speak and pretend to be, and then you'll be a wannabe of a fucking quantum physicist. That's your wannabe, because this is the only way that you can get involved in movies or music or anything, is if you do. They can force society to say that if you want the glitz and glamour, you have to be a positive influence. Don't you know that they got the ability to make that the standard, and then nothing else will ever fucking be spread out through the sensory receptors of humanity, unless it was positive? How's that? Can they or can they not do that? Are you telling me they're in control but they can't do that? These are simple things, and if you call them out for exactly what it is that they're doing and say that you have the power to do this but you're not, you're doing this, then you have to blame them for the effect that they have on the people. And a nigga like me, what I like to do is to flip that on them. All of the fucking gangster rap, all of the drill music, all of the Quentin Tarantino films, all of that shit is making a fucking superhero out of me, because I want to take all of that creativity, all of that fucking lane of human expression, and point it to them. Because if there was a fucking group of niggas that was rapping and drilling about crooked politicians, talking about where they live at, what the fuck they did to fuck politics up, what the truth of the fucking world and reality is, and what they got to do to fucking hide it from us. And their incentive to hide it from us is to do what? To control us, not just spiritually, but physically enslave us and totally derail our spirit, our soul's journey, to be used for their gain. And we knew that they was doing that, and we felt like a fucking Quentin Tarantino movie. Niggas would be out here smoking shit about that. They want you to take all of your fucking warrior spirit and fucking throw it off into the fucking bullshit. They say, oh, you feel like something? Yeah, your soul is calling you, right? Yeah, drill music. Talk about selling drugs and doing shit to other people, other young people. While y'all are all in a state of fucking high levels of testosterone and nowhere to fucking put it. Because y'all all got raised by single women. And you're going to react emotionally to everything. Problem solving skills, minimum. Propensity for fucking violence, high as fuck. They want you to point that at each other. That's why when I see gangbanging shit, drill music and all that shit only bothers me, because I'm thinking, damn, it'd be nice if y'all would point that in a different direction. I can show you where to point it. I can tell you where to take it. The fuck? That's what they don't want me to do. The fuck out of here. Weird shit. All the control deserves all of the smoke, right? But I know they're fighting them off top, even though they deserve all of that. They deserve all of the sparks, all of the fucking combustion. They deserve it all. They threaten you with it every day. You're not gonna be able to sugarcoat that shit and tell me that it don't exist just because the officer says, can I have your license and insurance, please? And proof of registration and all that. He didn't finish the thought that he got in his mind, but I know what he's thinking, because he's actually thinking, or I'll kill you, because that's what he means. If I absolutely refuse to abide by these simple commands, then it goes there. And people say, why don't you just listen to him? No, I'll listen to him when he tells me the whole story. Next time a cop pull me over, he's gonna have to tell me everything that would happen to me if I don't listen to him, so I can see what it sounds like. I want him to not try to sugarcoat shit and get shit by me. Or else what, Mr. Officer? Tell me what the story looks like. And if it sounds scary, then I'll give it to you. Because I don't know what you mean by this shit. He's not going to tell me. He can't come to the side of every fucking car when he pull him over and say, well, basically do this or I'll kill you. He won't say all of that, but that's what he honestly means every time he say anything to you. They just don't say that part out loud. And y'all act like that's not what happened when he pulls you over. That's exactly what happens. You are being threatened. They turn them lights on. They're already willing to kill you if you don't comply. The whole time you know that it's them fucking your freedom up, because they say they're going to give it to you. They know that you want it, but somehow it's not here. I don't understand that. Two parties involved are both aiming for the same thing, but it ain't here. Can they not do it? Yes, they can. They can give you all of the freedom. But to really give you the fucking freedom, the first thing they have to do is fucking step down off of their ivory tower to tell you the absolute truth, is that you own yourself and nobody owns you, and they can't tell you shit. They can only threaten you. Every law is a threat. Y'all talk about constitutional rights and all this other shit. All that shit is bullshit. It's natural rights that every man on fucking earth have. It's not something special to America. It's special in America, and it feels like that because they told you you can do certain things and they won't fight you. They refrain from fighting you about things here. In other countries, they try to fight you. But globally, we all have these natural rights. Nobody owns me. I can do what the fuck I want until I hurt somebody. And if I hurt somebody, everybody has a right to get involved, because nobody has to stand by and watch nobody be a bully to nobody. You don't have to stand by and let that happen. You actually shouldn't stand by and let that shit happen. But beyond that, I can do what I want. It's just in certain places, people will threaten you to when you try to do that. In other places, they say, man, we're not going to fight you for that. But that's what it is. It's the propensity for violence to stop you or not. They don't give you the fucking rights. And if y'all can't change our perspective on that, you're never, ever going to get where you need to be to fucking save the world. America is not special like we have rights here. We got rights everywhere. They just don't fight you here. But they want to. And they talk about it. They tell you to your face often about the guns and what you say that they willing to fight you. Don't say that. Put that fucking gun down because we almost ready to fight y'all about that shit. That's what they said to you. They're almost ready to just say, hey, man, we will fight you. Is that a change in the natural order? Or are they just changing their position on what it is and what it is not on their agenda? When they say that they are capable and willing to fight you about certain things, they just change it. What they willing to fight you about, they change. Nothing changed about me. They can write in the law right now that the purge is totally legit and is legal and lawful. It won't make it morally right. It's not going to make me say, oh, now I get to do this. You just changed my mind. Come on, man. If something like that makes you act different, then you've been wanting to act like that. It's not, you're not hypnotized by their edicts in that way. You're only really moved by violence, whether it's your propensity for violence or theirs. But violence makes shit move. That's why I speak on the violence so much. That's why I paint this aura of my potential to be defensively dangerous as fuck. I put that out there without the sugarcoating like the gray man does or like the police officer does. But to all of you, deep down, if I were to ask you directly or to see you in action, you would look like extreme violence that you think is justified because of wherever it is that you're coming from. But none of that matters because it's all a universal language of violence. And when I say defensive violence, fuck government and fuck the home invader, the gangbanger, the bully, fuck all of y'all. That's what I mean. I mean, fuck all of y'all. And I'm not going to be shy about what it is that I'm willing to do in a life or death fight or conflict dealing with any of y'all. Because the end result is the same. My death or yours. And if I didn't start the fight, then everything is fair that I do and say after that, and I don't give a fuck who you are. How's that? That sounds legit as fuck. And that's all I'm saying. And I don't hide it. I just put it out there plain and clear. The way it is in my mind, in its worst case scenarios. I just say it out loud. That's what the vest is for. That's what the mask is for. It's a statement to say that I've already tried to love you. I came out here for the hugs. And anybody who cannot accept that beyond what it is that I'm putting out there into the world says, nigga, fuck all that. I came here to hurt you. Then I go, I will hurt you first. I will sure as fuck try to. And I don't know what the fuck else y'all ever expected. And that's what I'm going to do with a smile on my face. And I'm not going to hide it by not sounding so violent. I don't give a fuck about sounding violent when I'm talking about the defense. Once I got that clear, I'm going to talk my shit now. And I don't care who it scares, because it can only scare someone who says, well, I intended to ignite a fight with him. And now that he's talking like this, I feel offended. You're not going to feel offended if you don't intend on hurting me, because the hugs were for you if you don't intend on hurting me. The fucking gun is for whoever says fuck that hug shit and moves forward with trying to ignite a fight with me when I was not trying to start a beef or an issue with you at all. If that is who we are in that fucking hypothetical, the violence is for you and I will happily do it, and I'm not shy about it. I want you to know it. I want the whole world to know that I don't give a fuck after that. Zachary K. Hubbard in this motherfucker. One of the dopest, man. They gonna talk about this man 200 years from now. They gonna talk about Zachary K. Hubbard 200 years from now. That gematria is a weird, spooky thing, and you guys, y'all have, man. He in the chats right now. Gematria Fake News 25 with Zachary K. Hubbard. Please go there, watch a video. If you love celebrity and sports, if you just watch the video and then ask yourself, how is that possible that that happens in that way? Where these numbers line up and your English language is being coded. If it sounds weird to you, just go there and just watch a video. Maybe you need to watch two, but after a while, you're going to say, this can't keep lining up like this before I start seeing a pattern that has to be there. There's something there. I'm staring right into the fucking red glowing eyes of the beast in the bushes, in the wilderness. You know you hear something. You're not comfortable. You know you're being followed. And when you turn around and you look that motherfucking beast right in his eyes, that's gematria. That's when you know something's wrong with the world and that the government is evil and that they lying to you, that the elections are fucked up, and that there's something shady about Trump and Biden. Like, they seem to be different people, but if you can see through it a little bit, they seem like a good cop, bad cop like partnership. There's something with these two. And you know that. When you see gematria, then you go, there it is. Eye contact. Wow. Go check out gematria, man. Y'all playing. The Benghazi Rabbit, what up? Crack their code. Amy's in here. Rick James, of course. V1111. Natural law, common law. Yeah. Yeah. And you can't lose no rights. They want you to give them up without fighting by trying to trick you or scare you. And if that doesn't work, they might be willing to fight you, but you didn't lose shit. You don't lose no rights. Don't worry about losing them. Worry about them getting to the point that they say they're going to fight you about something that's actually okay right now, that when they change their mind, they're going to act like now you deserve a fight about it, when none of that shit is true at all. You didn't lose shit. They deserve to fight for talking shit about it. You don't owe them nothing but an ass whooping. So tell them you're not going to listen anymore, and you can't be fooled by the paper, because you know that when they change the paper, they want you to take yourself out of a fight so they don't got to fight you, and that's what the paper's for. It didn't give you nothing, so what value could it possibly have for you when it is the only thing that they can lean on when they try to convince you to give up your rights without fighting them? Give up your rights without fighting them is what they're trying to get you to do, and that's what the paper's for. You didn't get shit from it, so tell them to throw the whole fucking Constitution out, and then tell them to live their government lives as if we have no rights, so that we can show them that we never needed the paper. Then you just do what needed to be done. You already know that that's what needed to be done if they were to stand up and say, fuck the whole Constitution. Today, none of it matters. We do what we want to y'all. What are y'all going to do if they did that? If the answer is fight, then you sound like me. If the answer is fight, tell them to throw it out now. If the answer is fight, why are you voting? If the answer is fight, then why the fuck do you give about the Second Amendment? Stop praising it. Stop talking to me about it. Do you understand me? Okay then. Do this. Woo bang. Get a gun. Multiple guns, extended mags, it's for everybody. I'll catch y'all later, man. I'm in one of my zones right now. Don't be surprised if I do 4-5 live streams in the next 24 hours, man.